Ever wondered why airport security asks if you packed your own bag like a thief would confess right then and there? It's almost as if we're playing a game of cat and mouse where the mouse is us, the innocent traveler, and the cat is the ever-vigilant airport security. Their job is to keep us safe, no doubt about it, but sometimes their methods can be puzzling. Take the liquids rule, for instance. You're only allowed to carry containers with a maximum of 100 milliliters of liquid, all packed neatly in a transparent plastic bag. But who decided 100 milliliters was the magic number? Not 95, not 105, but 100. It's like they woke up one day and said, 100 milliliters, that's the ticket. And let's not forget the shoes. Oh, the shoes. It's as if every pair of shoes in the world is a potential threat. You might be wearing flip-flops or even slippers, but they still have to go through the scanner. Is it just us, or does anyone else feel slightly vulnerable standing there in their socks or bare feet? Then we have the scanners themselves. They're like portals to an alternate universe where everyone is a potential suspect. You step inside, raise your hands, and it whirs and spins around you. And if you're lucky, you get to go through without a pat-down. But heaven forbid you forget a coin in your pocket, or worse, a belt buckle. Then you're in for a whole new level of scrutiny. But hey, it's all part of the travel experience, right? The anticipation, the rush, the slight anxiety as you approach the security checkpoint. It's like a rite of passage for every journey. And let's not forget the ultimate question. Did you pack your own bag? As if anyone would say, no, a complete stranger packed it for me, but I'm sure it's fine. So let's dive into the fascinating world of airport security, where expectations and reality often clash. Welcome to Global Travel Venture. Imagine breezing through airport security, no lineups, no hassles. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? In this utopian world, airport security is a breeze, a mere blip on the journey. Picture this. You arrive at the airport, your suitcase gliding effortlessly behind you. There's an air of calm, a serenity that's oddly comforting. You approach the security checkpoint with a confident stride. No long, winding lines snake their way around stanchions here. Instead, a handful of passengers move quickly and efficiently through the process. The security personnel, with their crisp uniforms and professional demeanor, greet you with a warm smile. There's no frantic rush, no impatient sighs. You place your items on the conveyor belt, and here's the kicker. Your shoes stay firmly on your feet. Your laptop, ensconced in its bag, doesn't need to see the light of day. And those pesky liquids? No need to squeeze them into tiny transparent containers. They sit comfortably in your bag, right next to your laptop. The conveyor belt hums along, carrying your belongings through the scanner. You walk through the metal detector, expecting it to beep, to protest. But it remains silent, acknowledging your passage with quiet respect. On the other side, you collect your belongings, untouched and unscathed. The security personnel bid you a good journey, their smiles still as warm as when you first approached them. And just like that, you're through. You look back, half expecting to see chaos erupt. But no, the scene remains the same. Efficient, calm, almost enjoyable. The whole experience feels oddly satisfying, like a well-oiled machine running in perfect harmony. You're not just a passenger here, you're a valued guest, treated with respect and courtesy. The journey through airport security, instead of being a dreaded ordeal, becomes a pleasant prelude to your adventure. But alas, this is an expectation, a dream. Reality, as we know, is quite different. And then, you wake up from that dream and step into the real world of airport security. Ah, the great unraveling begins. The dreamland of seamless security checks evaporates as you face the all-too-familiar scene of airport security in reality. You glance at the serpentine queue, a sight that could give any amusement park a run for its money, and you can't help but sigh. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the symphony of sounds that fills the air. The cacophony of shoe heels clacking against the cold, hard floor echoes around you. It's the grand ballet of travelers, scrambling to untie laces, unbuckle belts, and unzip bags, all while trying to maintain an air of dignity. And oh, the drama unfolds when you realize you've left a water bottle in your bag. There's a gasp, a frozen moment of panic, followed by a flurry of apologies to the stern-faced security officer. The officer, in turn, stares at the offending bottle as if it were a ticking time bomb. It's a dance we've all done, a tango of forgetfulness that ends with an empty bottle and a lesson learned. Until the next time, of course. Meanwhile, the security conveyor belt chugs along, swallowing up trays filled with personal items and spitting them out on the other side. There's a strange sense of vulnerability as you watch your belongings disappear into the X-ray machine, like sending your kids off to their first day of school. And let's not forget the grand finale, the walk through the metal detector. You step through holding your breath, hoping you've remembered to remove all the metal objects. The tension is palpable, the silence deafening. Then the green light flashes and you breathe a sigh of relief. You've made it through, a victor in the battlefield of airport security. The reality of airport security can often feel like a stress-inducing obstacle course. But remember, it's all part of the journey, a rite of passage for every traveler. So buckle up, embrace the chaos, and keep your sense of humor. After all, it's these little hiccups that make for the best travel stories. You might wonder why airport security has to be this intense. It's not like we're on a mission to save the world, right? Well, let's take a moment to consider the other side of the coin. Imagine you're a security agent. You're responsible for the safety of thousands of people each day, making sure they reach their destination without any hiccups. You might wonder, is that a bottle of water in that bag or something more sinister? It's like a never-ending game of I Spy, only with much higher stakes. Now, we're not trying to turn this into a thriller movie plot, but it's important to remember that the goal here is safety. Yes, even when you're asked to take off your shoes, no, they're not interested in your sock choices or your pedicure. It's all about ensuring nothing harmful is hidden where it shouldn't be. And let's not forget about the liquids. We've all faced the conundrum of trying to fit our favorite shampoo into a 100 milliliter bottle. It's like trying to squeeze an elephant into a phone booth. But again, it's not about making you rethink your hair care routine, it's about safety. You see, in the grand scheme of things, these procedures aren't just arbitrary rules designed to make your life difficult. They're there to prevent any potential threats from making their way onto the plane. It's a bit like a puzzle, where each piece, no matter how small, plays a crucial role in creating the bigger picture of security. And let's be honest, while it might seem like an inconvenience, wouldn't we all rather be safe than sorry? After all, we're all in this journey together. So, as you stand in that security line, remember to take a deep breath, maybe crack a smile at the security agent, and remember, it's not personal, it's prevention. So, the next time you're asked to remove your shoes, remember, it's all in the name of safety. Now that we've accepted the reality, how about some tips to conquer the beast that is airport security? First things first, let's talk about packing. A well-packed bag can be your best friend in the battlefield of airport security. Remember, it's all about the strategy. Pack your liquids in a separate, easily accessible bag. Anything under 3.4 ounces is good to go, but anything more, and it's adios to your favorite shampoo. Next up, dress smart. I'm not talking about donning a tuxedo or a fancy dress. Nope. This is about comfort and convenience. Avoid wearing anything that might set off the metal detector. Belts, jewelry, shoes with metal buckles, leave them in your suitcase. And yes, those comfy slip-on shoes are a godsend at airport security. Now let's talk about electronics. Laptops, tablets, cameras, these are all items that need to be removed from your bag and placed in a separate tray. Keep these items easily accessible to avoid the last-minute scramble. And here's a pro tip. Choose your line wisely. Yeah, that's right. Not all lines are created equal. The one with the family of 5 might seem shorter, but trust me, the solo traveler line will move much faster. Don't forget about the magic of membership. Frequent flyer? Consider investing in a trusted traveler program like TSA PreCheck or Global Entry. It's a small price to pay for the privilege of keeping your shoes on and your laptop in your bag. Lastly, keep your cool. Yes, it can be stressful, but remember, everyone's in the same boat. A friendly smile or a polite thank you can go a long way in making the process smoother for everyone involved. With these tips, you might just make it through security without breaking a sweat or a bottle of water. Remember, every cloud has a silver lining, and so does airport security. It's easy to focus on the negatives, the long lines, the invasive checks, the endless rules and regulations. But let's take a moment to appreciate the benefits. First and foremost, airport security gives us a sense of safety. It's there to ensure that everyone on board can fly without fear. The rigorous checks and meticulous procedures are designed to detect and deter any potential threats. Remember, every time you pass through security, it's a reassurance that everyone else on your flight has been through the same screening. Now let's talk about the future of airport security. Technology is revolutionizing the way we travel, and airport security is no exception. Biometric screening, for instance, is making the process faster and more efficient. Imagine walking through security with a simple scan of your face or fingerprint. No need to fumble with passports or boarding passes. It's not science fiction, it's the reality at many airports around the world. Artificial intelligence is another game changer. AI-powered scanners can detect prohibited items with greater accuracy and speed than ever before. This means less time waiting in line and more time enjoying your journey. And let's not forget about the potential of robotics. Robots could take over some of the more mundane tasks like scanning bags or checking passports. This would free up human staff to focus on more complex tasks, improving both efficiency and security. Finally, consider the economic benefits. The airport security industry employs hundreds of thousands of people worldwide. It's a significant contributor to the global economy, providing jobs and driving innovation. So yes, airport security can be a hassle, but it's a necessary one. And with the help of technology, it's becoming less of a burden and more of an asset. So next time you're stuck in line, remember, it's a small price to pay for safe skies. So there you have it, the epic saga of airport security. It's a tale as old as time, or at least as old as the first metal detector. We've journeyed together through the dreamy expectations and the chaotic realities, both equally entertaining in their own unique ways. Let's cast our minds back to the beginning when we naively thought that airport security was a quick, seamless, almost enjoyable experience. Ah, the innocence. The optimism of expecting to breeze through security with our shoes on and our laptops snugly tucked away in our bags. The audacity of it all. And then reality hit us like a forgotten water bottle in the bottom of a backpack. The scanners beeped, the lines grew longer, and our patience grew shorter. All while we held a silent prayer that our socks didn't have any holes in them. Such are the trials and tribulations of the security line. But it wasn't all doom and gloom. We laughed, we cried, we learned some invaluable tips to navigate the labyrinth that is airport security. Remember the right-hand trick? Or the loose change debacle? Those were some golden nuggets of wisdom, weren't they? And let's not forget the moment of triumph, the sweet relief when we finally emerged on the other side, victorious and a little wiser. We discovered the light at the end of the tunnel, or in this case, the gate at the end of the concourse. So, dear friends, as we bring our journey to a close, let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty and the absurdity of airport security. It may not always be the seamless, enjoyable experience we dream of, but it sure does make for some great stories. Until next time, pack wisely, choose your security line with care, and always remember, the liquid rule, and as always, safe travels.